In the previous episode, we filled a bunch of backpacks with a bunch of resources before jumping into an end portal and bridging away from the main island before the dragon gets to us. And all of this so we can find ourselves home in the Nullscape End, where we ended up parking our beautiful cyberpunk truck next to the semi-abandoned hunk of space rock that we now call home. And in today's episode, we're going to take our limited resources that we brought along on this end-only adventure and build our very first structure in this lower area that will be known as the Undercity. But before that, we're going to have to try and increase some of those resources by building some temporary basic farms right here on the main island. After spending quite some time in a creative world designing buildings and looking at different things I want to build in the area, I noticed that the one big bottleneck will be resources. We've got limited resources in regards to stones and stuff that we can use for decoration and building, but not just that, we have none of the colored blocks, so we're going to have to start looking at farms early on. So before we do that, I just want to share the general idea that I have for this island. So we're going to take one of our 3 rockets remaining and fly out to one of the outer islands and then just take a look at the island as a whole. So we're out here on this end island, and I think this is going to become one of our main looking points whenever we want to see the island as a whole, and it's perfect. It just shows everything so nicely. So what I was thinking is this island has different tiers, and it's actually perfect. We've got this tier over here going all the way down there, which is one tier. Then we've got this really big centered area almost. And then we have this area up here, which is a lot higher and everything. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I think post-apocalyptic or cyberpunk or futuristic cities, I think of the cities being built on the remains of previous attempts to maintain the city, if that makes sense. So that's why I want to divide it into areas. Down here we're going to have what I will refer to as maybe the Undercity. This is where it all started. People started building here and they had the houses and everything down here, but as time went on and they needed more space, they started building on top of it, creating thus an Undercity where most of the industrial factories and I almost want to say management buildings are things that you need to manage the upper area, like waste treatment, water, whatever, power, everything in this Undercity. And as we move up, we have a second tier that is almost like factories that utilize all of this. And then the idea is that in this area we've got more modern factories, more better looking stuff and everything, and this will be where the futuristic part really comes into play. And as we go up, we go even higher, and this will be the more elite areas. So I think I want to do the farms in the same area that we have power and water and management down there, and maybe even workshops, and then we have basic block production, then we have the more advanced factories over here, and at the top we've got the really fancy stuff like diamond production, maybe even the villager breeder or the villager trading hall and stuff like that can go up here if I do dare work with villagers. But that's going to be it. So we're going to have these 3 tiers. We'll have the Undercity, which is the, I almost want to say the old area. We've got the middle tier and the higher tier, and I think as we build we will see how it goes from dark and gloomy and not so much lit up to this vibrant neon city peeking out on top of all of this. So yeah, that's the idea and that's the thought, and I think we can do it. I hope we can do it. But yeah, we've got 2 rockets. Let's get back to the truck. Just a little side note, as I'm recording this, it is currently raining here and we need the rain, so we're not going to complain about it. So do keep that in mind if you hear a slight little drizzle in the background. But anyway, back to the video. So like mentioned, the first little build is going to be right over here in the Undercity, and we need to gather a bunch of resources. I planned to build in creative and I made a little clipboard, and you can see we need wool, we need a bunch of acacia logs, we're going to need a bunch of, there's more wool, we're going to need potatoes, we're going to need onions, we're going to need mangrove, jungle, and we have some tough. We should have enough, but we're going to need a lot of cobble for furnaces and stuff like that, and then just a bunch of random decoration blocks in there as well, and there we have some acacia. So I think what we need to do is we should maybe do like a temporary little setup for a cobble gen, so we can just do something over here that generates cobble passively. It doesn't need to be super fast, super efficient. It's just so we have some in the background. And then we also need to maybe set up area where we can grow trees, namely acacia, mangrove, and jungle, as well as a little pen for sheep, because we're going to need sheep to get all the wool that we need in this build as well. So we have a bunch of basic starter farms, and you can also see I started growing some of the crops behind me. It's just so we can start getting those reserves up, and I'm seeing stuff grow. They just grow really, really slow, and it's something I did not take into account when we moved to the end. So it might be lighting, it might be the lighting, but we'll see. Anyway, let's grab the resources and see if we can start by building ourselves 3 little platforms for the trees we need. Okay, first of all, trees, and I'm thinking we can just go 4 out like this. We can plonk down a chest with all our supplies over there, and this should be fine because now we can do jungle in this spot. So let's just plant jungle. Then we can maybe have a little gap in between, and then we can do the next in this area. And I'm just gonna do 4 acacias, and then we're going to continue on to this side, and over here's the one that I'm not really sure of. I don't know if mangrove grows just on dirt or does it need to be in the water. So no, it grows just on dirt. What am I talking about? I did this before. So I'm just going to plonk down a mangrove propagule right over here. Propagule. And let's do a second. And we're going to chuck all the other stuff back into this chest over here, and even our extra items. And now we're just going to light it up with some torches just to make sure that the trees do grow. Maybe we should rather do it, yeah? Because this is going to be a thing. Lighting is going to be crucial in this world. So we need to start thinking about producing them frog lights as well. But for now, this should work. And to speed it up, I'm going to grab some of the bone meal we have, and just so we can see if we can bone meal these trees to let them grow. Okay, we've got 42 bone meal, so let's start with the jungle tree, and maybe it's this chest. I don't know. Please grow. Oh, can it be because of the torches? Maybe? Okay, let's try again. Okay, so it was the torches, and this is different. This is pretty different. I do have shears on me because I want to just take the opportunity while I'm here and just grab vines. But yeah, that was pretty different. Okay, so it was the torches that went away. So we will be able to grow trees and stuff, but lighting is going to be very important, just as like with the crops. And not just that, leaves will not be featured too often because I really don't know how often we're going to need blue leaves. Okay, I think we're high enough up. Okay, so it does work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grow each of the others as well, see if we can get some resources in regards to wood up, and just make sure we get enough saplings. We did get enough saplings. So yeah, let me do that. Okay, so just to bring you guys back, all the leaves, well, they're all this funky colors. So I don't know, let me know down in the comments. I think we can make it work. I think we can use this funky color in this biome, in our decoration. I can confirm the acacias also this funkiness. So I doubt we're gonna have really green leaves. I might try azalea, but yeah, it's just a thing. Anyway, I'm gonna continue gathering, and then we'll be back as soon as we've got quite a lot of the wood sorted. So I did a quick test, and we do have green, which is azalea leaves. So I think we will be using this. It will be a nice little feature to have these space looking bushes every now and then, but to also have a green bush every now and then would be amazing. So azalea, I bone mealed, it does grow. And then to confirm, the jungle tree and the acacia both grew on their own. So trees will grow if lighting is sufficient. The same with the crops. I have been gathering a bunch of it, and its reserves are climbing. We do not have a lot, and it takes a bit of time, but everything's growing perfectly, so I'm not too worried. Production might just be a little bit slower, but now I want to grab a few things, and we're going to craft a few bits so we can make ourselves a basic cobble generator. So for the cobble gen, we're going to need quite a few resources. The first obvious ones would be a bucket of lava and a bucket of water, and that's going to be our two materials that generate. But then also we're going to need a bunch of cogs, water wheels, mechanical drills, and a draw and a chute. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a chute, and the chute requires 2 iron plates and iron. I do believe I still have some iron plates in our new create backpack. So we've got some iron sheets over there. We have a single ingot, and with this we can craft ourselves a chute, and we're only going to need 1 of the 4. So we're going to chuck the 4 in there, so we'll need a chute. I'm going to take 6 shafts as well. That should be fine. We might need more because we're going to have to craft some cogs, so we can take that off. Yeah, see, we need cogs to shafts to create the cogs, so I need to make more of those, and to make those we're going to take some of our andesite. I don't want to use too much. I'm so terrified I run out of items in the end, and then we're buggered. So let's just do that. Okay, we'll only be able to do 5, which is fine, which is 100% fine, because I do believe every 2 andesite alloy gives us 8, which is perfect. So let's chuck back those, and we're going to need some logs to create these things. And I think for now, let's do 2 big ones. Let's do 3 of each. Let's be risky and do 3 of each. There we go. So we've got the cogs. We can remove those. And for a water wheel, we need another shaft. So we're going to have to... Oh, we have another iron ingot over here. Okay, that's perfect. So we can use that to make some more andesite alloy. Perfect. Okay, let's chuck that back in there. That's there. This is there. Oh, we had more shafts. I'm an idiot. Anyway, okay, so we had more, but it's fine. So we need 2 of those, so we can do this, and we'll craft ourselves a baby little water wheel. And now we've got water wheels done as well. And now we need plating, so we're going to need 3 andesite alloy and iron. So 1, 2, 3. Not plating, we need a drill. I said plating. 3 andesite alloy, 1 iron. And then we need andesite casing. So if I do that, and now I need to make an axe. I broke my axe, so it's 1, 2 of those, and then 1, 2, 3. Let's grab those. Do something like this. We got ourselves a little axe, and you know what? I'm gonna make more than 1. Let's make 4. And then can I strip all of these at once? Yeah, that's 4. Okay, cool. That's neat. So all 4 of those, and then we're gonna encase all 4 of those as well, and then we're gonna pick them up. And now, do we have what we need to make a singular drill? We do. So we've got the drill, we've got some extra casing, and we've got the shafts. And that should be everything. That should be everything we need for the drill itself. I'm going to have to take some temporary little blocks along. And because we're doing a cobble gen, we will be generating cobble. I'm just going to build it out of cobble itself. So yeah, that's going to be it for resources. I'm going to have to... Can I use 1 water bucket for both creating a cobble and powering the water wheel? Yeah, I think I can do that. I really think I can. But I also want to take these buckets just along and just create a temporary little water source right over here somewhere, because I am so terrified that we run out of water or that I use it on accident or something. So let's do this. 1 there. 1 there. And refilled. So okay, we've got some temporary little water source, or infinite water source over there, and we filled up 2 more buckets, and we can put those away safely, and we still have our bucket for the cobble gen. So I'm gonna see where we can place it, and then we'll build it if I find the right spots. So for this cobble generator, I think this area will be perfect for a temporary little cobble gen. So we're going to place down our little temporary little block. This is just for me where I want to place the drawer, and I'm going to put the drawer over there. And on top of this, we will do our little funnel, a chute I mean, and this is where the cobble will be generated. So over here, we will put the lava maybe in this spot over here. And then the water, I'm going to try and have the water flow down into this spot right here. That way the 2 touches. but then it means that the water source has to be over here somewhere, so the water flows. But we also need a drill in this position. Okay, so let's rip out this and let's place down our drill right over here. So we need the drill right there. And then I think we can put the water wheel right over here. So that's our water wheel. And can we close this up like this? So, and then if we were to just place a temporary block, because that's going to get mined, and we're going to fill this up like that, can we place water right here? So now the water flows that way, but if we were to rip out this block, let's do that and that, will the waterfall flow down as well? Let's do a temporary little block. So if we rip out this one, yeah, see, water now flows not only down, but also forward. So, which means that cobble should generate right over here. If we were to add the lava in this spot over here, I believe, let's grab lava and place it down. Yeah, so that generates cobble. So it is working. I actually do believe we can pick this up. I'm going to totally risk it now, but can we put the lava right here? We can. Okay, so we've got a lava generator on the go here, and I'm just going to rip this out. And now the only thing left for us to do is actually power this drill, and I'm just going to put a piece of cobble in there. Did I just put all my cobble in? I did. Okay, piece of cobble in there, and that should be going now at this moment. So the next thing we need to do is, I don't think we need this block. No, we need to speed this up, and I do believe we go from a small cog, from big cog to a small one, and then back to a big one again. And if we were to put andesite casing on this one, we'll be able to do a small one right over there again, and then we can go big once more, and then small off to this side. That's pretty fast enough. And now if we do a shaft over there, the only thing we need now is 2 gearboxes. That's something I did not look into. So if we have to craft gearboxes, so we're going to need 4 small cogwheels and 2 andesite casing. So we have the andesite casing. We just need 4 small cogs. So I'm going to make it, and then we'll place it in and see if this thing works. Okay, I've got the 2 gearboxes, and I removed this so it only has 1 cobblestone in it. And if we now go up here and we take the 2 gearboxes and place them down, we can see the drill working. Vertical logistics. And we officially have 3 cobblestone in this box. It will hold a total of 32 stacks, so that should be enough to get ourselves started. And I know it's not the prettiest and the most efficient thing out there, but it's a starter one, and it works. So, passive cobble, here we come. Well, it's been quite some time since our last clip, and I did a lot of things. I added a little dirt platform right behind us. That's where I've been killing Endermen for ender pearls for if I die. But not just that. Endermen in this dimension spawn with backpacks like most mobs do, and sometimes those backpacks have loot in them. So I've got a bunch that we can crack open and see if we got anything good, but also I went ahead and gathered the resources for our build. And as you can see, I've collected most of it, or we've had most of it. I had to craft a few things, but the stuff we don't have yet is polished nether bricks, polished deep slate, and then a bunch of different wool types. And I think what I want to do is I first want to focus on getting the sheep spawning so we can have the wool being produced, and then we'll crack open some of those backpacks. And once the backpacks are open, the furnaces should be done smelting up the netherrack that we brought along for bridging, and it should be enough for the material requirements. And then the last thing on the list, well, that will be polished deep slate. And to get the polished deep slate going, we're going to need lava. We have sufficient to make the 6 blocks, but I think we should maybe make a lava farm, just a temporary little one that just fills up a few cauldrons, so we just continue to produce lava. And then let's just do this. So we've got 2, 4, 6, so we've got the 6 buckets of lava for that, and then we've got 3 that will start producing some more lava while we build the first building. So like mentioned, first things first, over here I've got a bunch of backpacks that I got from killing the endermen that spawn with them, and I haven't opened these yet, so hopefully we have some good loot. So let's plonk them down right over here. Oh, I opened it. I opened this one. Okay, well that's good. This can be grinded down for diamonds. This is trash. Okay, so let's leave the good stuff over here, and we're gonna make this our sorting backpack, and then let's place these down. And starting from the furthest, we got okay, efficiency on breaking shovel, I'll take that. Protection on that helmet, I will keep it. I think mine is currently better. Yes, it is. Oh, this is a good one. This is even better, so that's really good. Silk touch efficiency. Okay, now we're starting to talk tools. Got some extra gold, got some iron, which I'm grateful for. Some more armor and beetroot seeds. This one, more gold, 3 gold ingots. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest. Oh, this one I did actually open, and I saw we had a chest piece in there. We've got some, I put blaze powder in there, and we've got a stasis book, 2 of those, and pick step. This one, oh, this is a good one. We've got 3 diamonds. That's great. More iron, more gold, and another helmet. So overall, I don't think it's a bad haul at all. I mean, look at those. Look at those. That is good. That's good. That's good. This is good. All of this is good. I can combine this maybe with my normal looting 3 sword. I'm not really sure about the knockback though. But anyway, so I've got all the resources ready for the wool farm, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make like a little temporary pen. Maybe we can make it 2 longer, like so. And then just add a row of dirt running across like that, just so the sheep don't escape. And then right over here, I'm going to do that as well. And then I'm going to do this, because I do believe that's high enough for me to stand on. And I'm just going to add a carpet on this side for me to escape. And then maybe 1 block of dirt on each side. So the general idea is I will be standing right over here holding wheat in my offhand. And then I'm going to place the sheep spawner right over here, because I do believe it needs dirt for the animals to spawn on. And we're just going to let them spawn and make their way over to me, and then we'll off them. That's what we'll do. We'll off them. But for now, we're going to place down the spawner, right click it with the sheep egg. And if we stand here, do they spawn on dirt? That's the big question. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, let me stand here a little bit and see what happens. Okay, so I've been standing here for quite a while and no sheep have spawned. So that makes me believe that they require grass. And I did not bring any grass blocks along. No, not at all. It's not a problem. We can make it, but it's going to add a few steps to the whole process. Because if we go open and we say grass blocks, you'll notice that if we squirt water on top of a dirt block, it will turn it into grass. And we need to only create one of these. But to create one of those, we're going to have to create a spout. And the spout is dried kelp, which we do have. Copper casing, which is copper on top of a strip log, which is not a problem. So that is the spout itself. Then we're going to need a pump. And a pump is 1 cog and 1 fluid pipe, and a fluid pipe is some copper and copper sheets. So again, not a lot of things we do need, and we do have a depot. So let's quickly get crafting so we can make this pump, so we can get some grass going. Okay, so first of all, we're going to need 1 of these copper casings. So if we do this, we have ourselves some copper casing. We also need to make pipes, and a pipe requires 2 plates. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. That way we can make a little bit more. And now we just need to press them 1. Oh, it's because I didn't chuck them all at once. Okay, well, this should work now. So second one. A third, and a fourth. So we have all 4 of copper sheets, and now what I want to do is I want to grab the depot and I want to grab this hand crank. No, we're not going to use the hand crank because I did make a water wheel. So we've got that. Let's grab some extra cobble. Let's just quickly see, can we craft the fluid pipes? What's the difference between the 2? I don't know. So we need fluid pipes, and then we need to craft a singular pump. So we've got a pump, and then the next one is the spout. We need the dried kelp. So I'm just gonna take, where's the kelp? We've got some. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's craft 4 of them. And we're just going to cook them up quickly right over here. So our dried kelp we use to create a spout. And now we can basically do depot, spout. Then we need to rip out these 3 blocks. And the reason for ripping that out is we need to add an infinite water source. So a little temporary block over there. And then on top of that, we'll put our pump. And then we can rip out the cobble. And then we can put down 1 water source over there. Grab another from our infinite source. And put another over there. And that's now infinite water. We then just run our pipes from there to there. And then we just now need to power this. And I think the best way to power this will be maybe to... Can we rip this out and put this there? And then rip this one out? Yeah, and that gives it movement. And now the question is, if we plonk a cog right over there, will it go fast enough? Seawater flowing. We see the spout filling. And if I just grab one of these dirt blocks and we throw it right over here. No. Right over there. We have dirt. We just made our first dirt block. So now we can rip this one out. Oh, even the dirt's a different color. Okay, well, we saw this sheep spawned and that means it works. It's just a pity that the grass is this color. So I might actually invest in redoing the textures. So the grass is actually a nice color and not purple. But anyway, so we've got the sheep, and if I put all this wheat in my offhand and I stand over here, sheep will make its way into the pen. So I'm just going to stand here for a little bit, AFK, see if I can grab some sheep, and then yeah, I'll bring you guys back once all of that's been happening. Oh, that sheep ate the grass. Anyway, okay, I'll fix it, and I'm going to be AFK, so I'll be right back. Okay, so just some feedback. It's working. We've got a bunch of sheep in here already, so I'm going to go ahead and slowly start to dye them into the colors that I need for the build, and getting rid of them, and then waiting for more to spawn, and just making sure we get all the wool so we can start this process. So we've got all the wool that we're going to need for this build, and that's one more thing off of our list of things to do. The next one is the deep slate, and before we do any of that, like I mentioned, I would like to just do a little temporary lava farm, and I think this area is perfect. So I'm going to place down our cauldrons, and we're doing 8 of them. I currently only have enough lava for 3. That's if we use the others to create the deep slate, and it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And then on top of these, we're going to have a single block first, and then we'll have our row of dripstone blocks running across like this. And then if we rip out this one, and then our deep slate just needs to go on top of these cauldrons, not deep slate, pointed dripstone. And that should be it in regards to getting the lava in here. So now we can just go ahead and create a little border around this thing like so. And now we can put our 3 buckets of lava in here, and over time they hopefully should fill these cauldrons, and as they fill them we will start to fill the rest of these spots so we can make some more lava, which is just going to be our temporary little passive lava farm to ensure we don't run out. So now that we have lava passively generating in the background, we need to get into this deep slate. So first things first, I know we're going to need a basin. So we just have to craft one using some andesite alloy. And there we go. We have ourselves a little basin. And the basin's going to go right underneath the mechanical press. So we can plonk it down. And basically, we're going to put lava in here, throw in some cobble. And if we push this, we should get some deep slate. How many are we going to get from each of these? 4, 5. We got all 6 from one bucket. Oh, that's not a bad recipe at all. Because now we can chuck these in here, and we just need to turn them into polished deep slate. Is it this one over here? Polished. Yep, there we go. And if we throw it in there, and we just check the clipboard, We have everything. We have everything to start the very first building in the Undercity. So I'm really, really excited about that. But before we can start it, I need to prepare the area by digging out a bit of the landscape and just making sure the schematic and everything's in the right place. And then I'll bring you guys back, show you the area, and then we'll do a little build montage. So as with any well thought out plan, nothing went according to plan. You see, I made a little mistake on the schematic and settings, and as soon as I placed the schematic down and I cleared out the area, a bunch of materials that were inside of this said mountain we're on suddenly popped up on the clipboard. So I had to gather a bunch more materials, and the one material that I struggled with was tough, because I might have used a little bit of tough in this build. So that forced us to upgrade our little cobble gen, and you can see we've got quite a lot of cobble now. We added a bit more water wheels, like big water wheels, and we did this whole double setup, and it worked like a charm. But then we had to convert cobble into tough, and I know there's an easier recipe or more fruitful recipe that requires lava, but this was the fastest one, and 16 cobble only made 1 tough. So we had to AFK quite a while, get all the tough made, which is literally just water and cobble in a basin being packed. But we've got enough tough now. We have more than enough tough, and this is what I have extra. I already packed everything that I need for the schematic in the backpack. So yeah, now we can actually start. But there is one thing I want to do before I do the whole build montage, and that's a monster torch. I thought about it for long and hard, and I'm gonna just make a torch because I am thoroughly annoyed with the Enderman spawning all the time. So if we go monster torch, it's gonna be 2 gold blocks, 2 diamonds, and then 2 logs, and then the 3 torches, and then logs over here. There we go. Oh, okay. I also ripped out a bunch of the stuff, and I moved around the stuff on the truck as well, so it looks a bit more like a base. So if we do this and we do monster torch, and we got that, and we just fly down over here, and I'm just going to place it down right over here for now. I know it's probably not going to be the most prettiest thing on this island, but for now it's perfect. So now if we can fly away, I've got 1 rocket left. Yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine. We're gonna fly up just so we're far enough away, because the thing is we can glide back, and then right about here, and now if we glide back, everything should be gone. Yeah, it looks that way. But from over here, you can already see the area where this build's going to go. It's going to go right in that corner. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get it built. It's my first build in this style, apart from the truck. So I think it's going to look cool in this area. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start a little build montage. So sit back, enjoy as we build the first building in the Undercity. And we're done with the build, and I think we should fly out to the viewing island and just take a look at what this build looks like. So off we go. And I did craft a bunch of new rockets because I really couldn't be too bothered. But yeah, there it is. I think it looks awesome. And remember, the idea is that I don't want it to be too neon-y and too futuristic. This should be the starting point of this area, all like basic structures. And as we climb up, we become more sophisticated, more neon lights and all those type of things. And I think it does need a little bit more decorations in terms of maybe wallpapers and signs and stuff like that. But for my first build, I am not hating it. I'm not hating it. Let's quickly zip on down. I need to keep an eye on my elytra. It's nearly broken. But if we zip on down, and this will all still change, it's basically just, I think, level down for now. And then we will rip it up and change it, add a bit more flooring, add support underneath, and all those type of things. But then over here, this is the first little floor, and the idea is that this might be an old shop, like a little... I almost want to say I don't want to use the word workshop, but maybe workshop. Workshop's the fine word. But all the maintenance of the builds that are going to go down here would have been done over here. So if something broke at the water pump station, then they will come and repair the items over here. So on the first floor, we will clutter it up a bit more. We have this first little floor and the idea, or the ground little floor. And the idea is that I want to add staircase as well to this area, because currently the only way to the second floor is over here. So if you go through, you have this area and you've got another door that goes out on this area. But then also to have this as a little form of a bedroom in this build, and it's going to be tough. I'm going to use create seats to make beds because I'm too scared I'll blow up the area. But this will be then the bedroom, and I want to go with that whole vibe of where you work is where you stay, kinda. So your house is your work. So that's the general idea. So we've got this little floor, and then if we go up here, because we don't have an official way up to this area yet, I want this to be another little unit on its own. I might make it so that it actually functions with the top floor, or it will just have its own little way of getting up. But we've got another little floor over there, and if we go up one more, I wonder if we'll be able to make this. Yeah, let's just do this for now. But this is where the entrance will be to this little house. And again, you come in, you've got this nice little space. I will treat the roof still and fix that up. And then also you have your little balcony. And I just love these copycat layers. You can add just a neat little trim. But then also if we just zip on over this way, yeah, I do like that. I do like that a lot. I like the whole balconies with the little, what do you call it, wool canopies and stuff. And just this netherite looks really cool. This polished netherite brick, sorry, that's the right one. So I think it could look pretty nice if we extend this floor, bring it all the way through, add up this, have like a little alleyway over here, because the idea is I want to do some form of elevator over there, and then add some more builds in this area, like I mentioned, that has different functions. So maybe water treatment, maybe a big cobble gen farm, and maybe then a lava farm, because we're going to need a lava farm in this area pretty soon. And it can go on to this side as well. So we've got some more space over here as well, so we might rip out this. But yeah, generally I love this. I think this is such a cool little build, and I'm excited for the rest of the style to improve on this and to just make it look a lot better and more lived in. And I'm gonna have to work on my cluttering and getting it to look a bit more futuristic. So I know we haven't decorated anything in this build yet, but I've sadly run out of time. This video has gone on for way longer than I initially planned, and I think it's time for me to get this out and ready for publishing. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the very first building in the Undercity, and also what you think of the whole idea of layering it like a pretty sweet cake. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so yet, do remember, subscribe, push that like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on an episode. Till next time, bye for now.